It's DJ DUBL right here, and by the powers of the internet and magic, on the line with me right now, I am talking to none other than Cashtastic. What's good, brother?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. I can't complain. I'm all right. You all right?
Yeah, we've got so much to talk about, bruv. It's ridiculous.
Definitely.
It's crazy. So where are you right now? Where in the world are you in this exact point?
This exact point, I'm in Ochi, in Jamaica. I'm in my spot in one of my spots in Ochi at the moment.
Okay. So north side of the island. Actually, I'm a fan of Ochi. I'm not gonna lie. So it's been 18 months, man, since you were taken from the UK.
Yeah.
That's been a long 18 months for you, I can imagine.
Do you know what? It's funny that the time lapse is kind of weird because it seems long, but it seems like it's gone quite fast. Like it seems like it's gone quite fast. It seems like literally just the other day. You get me? Like it's crazy how much has happened within that time. And to be where I'm at right now, like I think a lot of people would probably be expecting me to be home already.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a weird one. It seems slow, but it seems fast at the same time.
Yeah. So would you say, like, right now your situation, is your quality of life better or worse for you out in Jamaica?
Well, I'll tell you where it is. It's if you're talking in terms of like materialistic living, I was probably better off in the UK.
Right.
But in terms of just as a human being, literally, just for example, breathing, I'm breathing different because I'm surrounded by trees where I'm at currently.
Yeah.
So in terms of like the time that I have for myself and trying to get to know myself and just having the time to analyze a lot of different things within life and a lot of different aspects of life, I couldn't do that at home because I always had a schedule.
Yeah.
Just I can't say it was better off there or better off here. Do you know what I mean? I think what's happening right now was definitely needed for me.
Right, okay. That's really interesting to hear you say that. Talk me through like a typical day in the life of Cash right now.
Right, so it depends. It depends on the day. I'm always still working. I'm kind of getting old in terms of like the social media side of stuff. So I'm not always able to document exactly what I'm doing, but I'm always up to something. So maybe a day in the life. So I might get up, I might pray, I might read quickly, and just your normal stuff, jump in the shower or whatnot, breakfast, and then it depends. I might have a video shoot on the day, so it's just organizing the cars and organizing locations, where we're gonna go, times and all of that stuff. And then basically just going to shoot a video, and then after probably just dropping everybody off, cameraman dropping them back off, and everybody else and whatnot. That's basically like a day in the life. On an entertainment day. On an average day, you might just catch me, I don't know. I spend a lot of time at home. I spend a lot of time kind of secluded.
Right.
Only because I'm very aware that this situation is temporary. And I'm very aware that once the ball starts rolling again, I'm going to wish I did more when I had the time.
Right, of course.
So I spend a lot of time secluded trying to do as much for me as I can on an average day, to be honest.
So you mentioned spending a lot of time at home. My understanding, when you actually were deported, you basically got off the plane in Jamaica. You had an interview with customs or whatever they're called in Jamaica. And then you were just kind of let out and told, there you go, like sort yourself out now. Because you got no actual home, as it were, right? I mean, you weren't sent out with money. You weren't sent out with any plans of what you would do when you got to Jamaica. They literally just threw you out the country, right?
Yep. So basically what took place was it was an ongoing situation, trying to fight the case. A lot of money and a lot of time trying to stay in the country. And then when I got off the plane, on the plane it was a madness anyway, because people taking, air hostess taking pictures and just, bro, it didn't seem like what it was at all. I mean, like there's like I had 2 escorts with me.
Right.
That was basically escorting me back to Jamaica. And from the journey, from them picking me up in the morning from where I was locked up to getting to the airport, all of the phone calls they saw that I received, and then once we got to that on the actual plane, all of the reception that was actually given to me on the plane, they kind of realized that I'm somebody.
Yeah.
By the time we reached in Jamaica, bro, they were talking about, yeah, mate, when you come home, and you need security and stuff, you know, just here's my email address.
Oh my gosh, some people have got no chill.
Bro, I swear to you, it's crazy. It literally didn't seem like what it was because as I got off the plane, there's people that just wanted to take pictures in general. I remember this like middle-aged white man, and he was like, oh my God, if I don't take a picture with you, my son's gonna kill me. So it was so weird. It's almost like, because other people was taking pictures with me, just the natural airport itself was looking like, who is that type of thing? And the vibe was just different. So as soon as I've got into speaking to customs or whatnot, the first thing is I was trying to show them like, look, I was removed, not deported. Right. There's a difference. There's a fine line between the two.
Okay, what's the difference?
There's loads of technical differences, but like, for example, if you're deported, then there's a certain amount of time where you can't come back to the country. Right, okay. If you're removed, for example, if I was removed today, I can apply to come back tomorrow. Right, okay. I won't necessarily be able to come back, but I can apply. There's no ban, so I'm not banned from the country. Right, got you. Whereas with a deportation order, I think it's like maybe 10 years or something, depending on what you was deported for. Right, so it's legal terminology, basically, the difference between it's technical. There's loads. I'm probably not even stating it correctly, so don't quote me if you're out there in my situation and think,
Cash said.
Don't quote me. But it's just them little fine differences, basically. But yeah, they weren't trying to hear that. They're just going, you got deported. Right. So for me, I weren't trying to fight that. Even now, like, so for example, like people might just say, so since you've been deported or I don't correct it anymore because I realize it's not the fine difference between being removed and being deported. Not everybody knows, so it don't make no sense. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and the way it's being reported back here in the UK, they're using the word deported as well, which is why I even said it at the start of the interview that you've been deported. Exactly. So. Yeah. So basically, there was no plans because obviously we never knew that it was actually going to take place. So there was no plans back here. While I was in England, obviously I've got people in Jamaica, but I've never really been in contact with them like that over the years. So once I left as a 6-year-old, I've never been back here. Right. It was crazy coming back here and doing the interview. Straight away, I'm in there and I'm speaking to them, and like after speaking to them for like an hour, I don't know why I'm here type of thing. Because I've just explained my whole scenario to you. They were kind of like, all right, so what are you gonna do now type of thing. I'm saying, huh? I just told you. Like they're saying, where am I gonna go? Who am I gonna? I'm saying I don't have contact for nobody. Thank God for my missus. While I was on the plane, she actually organized somewhere for me to stay. Right. So at the time when I was doing the interview, I actually didn't know what the hell I was gonna do that night. But I knew something would work out because my blind faith is quite strong. It's quite strong. So I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I knew I'd be all right. Funny enough, as soon as I stepped out the airport, I had somebody say, yo, Cash. I was thinking, no way. Basically, first time I was locked up in the detention center, this guy came in, and he's one of my missus's friend's brother. But I was in there for like a week before he came in. So once I was in there, I was kind of seasoned in there a week before him. So once he came in, I looked after him, introduced him to everyone, and made sure he was all right. And basically, the flip side was he ended up coming out here like a month or so before I did. So So my missus organised with him for me to stay with them, basically. So
right, I've got you. Because of course, in detention in the UK, you're not allowed internet access. What is it like? Is it like prison? Are you allowed certain phone calls? Or are you put in
it's
cells
different.
or what?
In detention centres, I suppose the specific ones are different. So the first one I was in was Brookhouse. Brookhouse, obviously, I've never been to jail. I've never been to prison. So the minute I've stepped in there, felt like prison.
Right, of course.
I've never been restricted. I've never been confined into not being able to move when I want to. Do you know what I mean? So in terms of the structure, it definitely looks like a prison.
Yeah.
You have your cells and all of that stuff. Exactly the exact same.
Set meal times and stuff like that as well. Is there, right?
Yeah. You got bang up. You got to be in your cell at a certain time and whatnot.
Right.
Only difference is you are allowed a phone legally. So everybody has access to a mobile phone. Right. In fact, I think you can actually get one from them. Just a normal, you're not allowed smartphones.
It's not a smartphone though, is it? You're not allowed internet connections,
you're not allowed smartphones. So then you have an internet cafe where you can go on the computers and whatnot, because obviously they have to for human rights purposes, they have to legally allow you to be able to go online and try and find resources for your case. Go on Google and stuff. But a lot of the majority of the sites are filtered, so you couldn't really go on like a grind daily.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so basically that was the first one I was in. The second one I was in, that was prison. Right. Okay. They shipped me to Dover. On my phone, bro, where the reception bar is, it said France.
Oh wow.
Like I was literally like borderline, like right at the edge of the coast. Yeah. That was proper like prison. The first thing they drilled into my head when I got in there, the first thing in the morning for introduction, they've got all of the people that came in the previous night. They sat all of us down and they've gone, right, first thing you need to realize is you're a criminal. I've gone, so me with myself now, I'm not no criminal. So then he's gone, all right, so there's always one. You're in here because you've broken the law. I said, I've not broken the law. And then it's just all back and forth. But basically, in there is proper prison. Dover was actually a prison, so they've changed it to a detention center, but it still runs like a prison. Right. Still got the governors in there. It's this exact same thing. One of my people then was actually, when it was a prison, was actually locked up in there. And when me and them are on the phone, literally, he's describing everything is the exact same. There's even some of the screws and the governors that work in there are still there from when it was a prison. Same people.
That's mad, man. But I mean, like, how for you? I know you. You're a very chilled guy. You're a very optimistic guy as well. I know you. You know, like there's always sun shining through the clouds. You know what I mean with you, like. But how was that for you as a person, being locked up, knowing that you're not a criminal, but you're being treated like one?
Bro, it was crazy. The craziest part to it was, this is bang in the middle of, I'm supposed to be doing my campaign, like for my mixtape. So I've got like 2 or 3 records on the radio while I'm in there, fam. Yeah. So I'll be walking down the wing and I might just hear my song on the radio. Like I remember hearing a specific DJ from a specific channel playing one of my songs, and he was like, yeah, this is the new Cashtastic. Got a big year ahead of him. Yeah. And I'm in there like, bro, you don't even know where I am right now. Like, it got so crazy because there was like stuff organized with like some other radio stations and stuff. And obviously no one had knew of my circumstances. So it just looked like I was being lazy and weren't turning up for stuff. Yeah. I had a live lounge that was scheduled and I weren't going because I wasn't ready to go public with it. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of like, all right, cool, I'm going to fight this and get over it, sort my papers out, and then there's no need to even bring that up type of thing. You know what I mean? But it was crazy for me, man. It really, really, really was. But at the same time, I was in there thinking, I know I'm going to make it out of here some way. It can only inspire me. The crazy thing that I was just thinking about was just like, I hope it don't affect me. Do you know what I mean? Like, at no point while I was locked up did I think I was coming to Jamaica.
Right. So the whole time you thought this is going to get sorted.
Yeah.
So
I'm just looking at it kind of like, all right, I'm basically just doing a quick little jail sentence. And when I come out, it's just naturally when people go to jail, if they're creative, they just come out and it's like, I'm just thinking of Tupac. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, raw, when Pac came out, he was on some stuff. So give me 2 weeks or however long this is going to take, and I'm going to come out and rare. But then when you put something in and then they decline that, you're like, all right, cool. It wasn't ever going to be easy. You put something else in and then they decline that and you're like, raw, all right.
Yeah.
It's harder than I think. Do you know what I mean?
You even had some MPs fighting your case at some point, right?
Yeah, so basically when we decided to go public, it kind of, do you know what I think? Sitting back now and analyzing everything, if I went public before the day I was going, I might still be there right now.
Right.
But I went public literally a day before I left.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I went public even a week before, I think we could have been able to sort something out, because the MP, Simon Hughes, he helped out. I was actually on the plane and the plane couldn't take off until I received a phone call. They're saying, because imagine, it's a normal flight. So if you was going to Jamaica on that day, you was just on my flight.
Yeah.
So the plane literally couldn't leave until I received a phone call to say whether or not they've sorted things or not. And I received a phone call and then they were kind of like, listen, I don't know what you've done, but they're kind of adamant that you need to leave, type of thing. And when that happened, I smiled, because I knew, do you know what? This is God kind of showing me like, yeah, you might have done a little thing here and got some accolades and you might be able to get fans to do this and rare, but no one's more powerful than me. That kind of showed me that I need to go. There's no way around it. Like, if I was supposed to stay, that would have been the moment I was going to stay. So as soon as that happened, bro, it sounds so cheesy, but I swear to you, I put on my headphones, and it was a Virgin flight. So I went to the Bob Marley section like a proper tourist. Like a proper tourist. I put on 3 Little Birds and I was vibes for the whole flight. I was getting up, I was looking through the window like a kid, because I'd never been on a plane since I've actually come to England.
Right, yeah. All part of God's plan though, I guess.
Definitely, 1,000,000%. Even now I'm here, like it's plain simple to me every single day. This is where I'm supposed to be at this current place in my life right now.
Yeah.
Like, when I think about certain things I've discovered since I've been here, and I think, where in hell would I have found the time to even think about this if I was at home? And it wouldn't have been possible.
I knew something was going on when the Alarm Clock EP was, when you were in your promo run for it and when things were happening, because I tried every single possible way to get hold of you, you know. I was going through radio pluggers, I'm going through management, I'm trying to holler at you directly. I'm like, what is this guy on? Like, he's got the mixtapes out. I want to bring him in for the interview. We need to do this and talk about this properly and sit him down in the studio and really chop it up and go through the tracks. And bruv, like, I was like, you are evasive. But then I spoke with another artist manager who's good friends with your management team, and he basically, because I said to him, look, I'm trying to link up Cash. Like, I know you see him regularly. Can you just say, you know, just let him know I'm looking out for him and that. And and he goes, bruv, like, he says, on the low, like, this is top secret stuff. He said, Cash is in the detention center at the moment from customs. And I was like, wow. So I mean, I think that I found that out, I think, about a week before you went public.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. Do you think the whole situation of being in detention, because I mean, you had your team, the management team and the promotions and people from the label were running Twitter, really. So on the front of things on social media, it didn't look like you had disappeared, because Twitter was still popping. There's still, you know, you're still retweeting the people that are playing your songs on radio and stuff. And from a social media side of things, apart from there was no pictures going up and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But Twitter was active. But what I'm getting at is, do you think that you being locked up and this whole situation, did it hinder the progress of Alarm Clock? Or do you think it helped in any way? Because, do you know what I mean? You started to trend, and even papers like The Guardian printed an article on you, so potentially new people would look into you. So what do you think that situation did for the Alarm Clock EP?
it hindered that, man, 1,000,000%, bro.
Right.
1,000,000%. That's why even right now, I'm still releasing stuff from the alarm clock because I feel like it's my favorite body of work, and I'm not gonna let this situation let them be unseen.
Right, of course.
Do you know what I mean? And it's crazy because the first thing I dropped when I come to Jamaica from Alarm Clock was Panicking, the video for Panicking.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I remember the feedback I got from Panicking was like, raw, this is what I'm saying. Jamaica's made him get passion. And I'm thinking, this is why it's mad, because majority of you lot that are watching this video right now and that are blogging about this didn't even know that it's from the mixtape before. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it went unheard of because of my situation.
Yeah.
Like, even now I'm here, I understand the importance. When you're in the mix, you don't realize that every little helps. But now I'm here, I was doing shows every week, and I didn't realize how much doing shows and performing your product helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to promote that mixtape, I was supposed to be on the road. I was supposed to be getting the tour ready. I was supposed to be doing the radio tours, all of that stuff. I wasn't able to do. So as much as the brand itself was publicized, it was more what was happening to me rather than
didn't have people looking into the music because of it. They were just looking into what's happening.
Yeah, that's all it was. Like, I remember gaining loads of more followers and gaining loads of people like, raw, never heard of him, but he sounds sick type of thing. But it definitely hindered that project, man. I've got this theory. I feel like if this didn't happen to me, I feel like Alarm Clock was going to be the project for me. I think I would have been able to take my career to a next step with that project. However, loads of the stuff that I've been able to obtain while being in Jamaica, if I got to that level without getting this, I might have become a crazy person.
Right.
Like, I might have become that type of person that kind of forgot where they came from, or because I've always been in tune with my Jamaican culture, but I've never had an urge to come back here.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like everything that's back here, if I took it to the next level with Alarm Clock, I would have, same thing. I wouldn't have had the urge to come here.
Yeah, I get you.
You understand what I'm saying? And it might have made me become like that type of person that don't really know where they come from and don't have no history on where they're actually from, and people that I've connected with back here. Like, even since being here, I found out, like, I've always known my dad's alive, my granddad's alive, and even my great granddad's alive.
Right. So they're all living out in Jamaica, are they?
My granddad, he lives in Cayman Islands.
Right. Okay.
So he doesn't actually live in Jamaica, but he was non-existent to me before I came here. It's weird. Like, having a granddad was kind of like just taboo. Right. I've never actually thought about, I don't know, I just always thought like, right, maybe he died years ago.
Yeah.
So I know that coming here, I would have, if everything happened and I didn't come here, I would have done, those are informations I would have probably found out once they actually died.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's weird, bro, because as soon as I found out something as simple as that, automatically, I felt more of a man. Mm-hmm. I felt more like, raw. Like, when I have my son, I can actually tell him what his granddad, his great-granddad, and his great-great-granddad's names were.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like for the character that I am, if I grew up and possessed all of those information, I would have been more stronger. You know what I mean? I would have been a bit more, I know who I am type of thing. So, like, as much as I feel like it hindered everything with Alarm Clock, I think it's for a better. Yeah. I can't complain about it. All I can do is do what I can do, which is like just keep putting out what I can from the tape while we're still in this year. So I'm doing this new thing where I'm mixing the old with the new. So I've just dropped another a video from a song from Alarm Clock.
Ghetto Story, right?
Ghetto Story, yeah.
Yeah.
So that, and the crazy thing with that, I won't blow up what channel it is, but I shot that video before I left, bro.
Oh, okay, right.
So I'd done a lot of stuff. I'd done a few things for the Alarm Clock campaign before I got arrested.
Right.
so that worst case worse, the ball could keep rolling. But basically, certain people just weren't. So, for example, if they done what they were supposed to do,
Yeah.
then no one would have known it. You'd have probably still been trying to find me. But basically, there was things set in stone for like, there's videos that were supposed to come out. That's why the campaign looked kind of shaky.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So there's certain little things here and there. But basically, I've come out here and I've reshot the video and it was meant to shoot out here, man. It was meant to. Everything that's happening is supposed to happen.
It feels to me like you really were on the cusp of blowing up. It's like you say, like, I mean, Alarm Clock, again, that was your best body of work so far, and everything musically has been progressing the way it was, and it does really feel like you were one of those artists in the top league, ready for this UK, like the surge of what's happening right now. And obviously, like, from talking to you and from seeing your tweets and listening to your content, like just the lyrical content that you're coming up with now, I can tell as a human being you've grown, and it's really opened your eyes up to new things and new content, and like it seems like you're fully awake to the world. Does that make sense?
Bro, I was sleeping before. I was sleeping. Like, there's always room to improve. There's always room to grow. And I'm still in the process of that. But I'm humbled for just how much I've grown since I've been here. As a human being, as a musician. Bro, like, coming out here, it's kind of like, it showed me, like, I only cared about England playing my music before.
Right.
I didn't, and not even that I only care. I always wanted, everybody wants your music to be playing all over the world, America, etc. But I only made it with intentions of England. So, for example, I might say a lyric that only you would understand.
Yeah.
But if that was played in Australia, they won't have a clue what I'm talking about.
Right, got you.
So, right now, it's kind of like being out here, it made me realize that your accent can be a barrier. But melodies can't.
Of course.
That's why Bob Marley can have people in China or Japan they can sing it better than me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's so many technical side of just the musicality type of stuff that I've gained since being here, bro. Trust me, man. Like, I'm excited for everybody to hear the new music. Yeah, definitely.
What's your network of musicians and DJs and artists like in Jamaica now? Have you managed to connect with some key people, and what's the Cashtastic brand sounding like to Jamaicans?
I haven't pushed the Cashtastic brand in Jamaica at all.
Right.
At all. Hence why you haven't heard like that big collab. Hence why you haven't heard. I haven't. Trust me, when I do that, you're gonna hear.
Yeah.
The reason why I haven't done it is because, like I said, I've been blessed to be able to start my career so young. So I was 16. I was 15, 16 when things like started popping off for me, and I wanted it, I was hungry for it, but I still had ties to things that I was doing before, and I had to literally throw them away because I'm in the limelight now. So it's kind of like, same thing with hair. I know that once the ball starts rolling, bro, there ain't no just walking and going shopping for myself. There ain't no just going on the beach and reading Malcolm X. There ain't none of that after that. Do you know what I mean? Right now, the masses don't know who I am. And for the year that I've taken out to not push in Jamaica, it's for the benefit of me. It's all good doing things to keep other people entertained, but your life will always remain your life. Even after they get bored of the entertainment you gave them.
Yeah, of course. I hear that.
So in the streets, I've been basically making the connections how I did in England. When we first started popping off, I didn't know any DJs.
Right.
I didn't know any pluggers. I didn't know any PRs. All I knew was people in the streets.
Right.
So same thing out here. It's connecting with the people in the streets first and foremost. Remember, I'm a rapper. They know dancehall artists, reggae artists out here. For example, if I come on your block and you've had a chance to chop it up with me and me and you've spoken. This is before anything's gone out in the country. When something actually goes out, you're gonna react better to it. Like, bro, that's my man. Yeah, I was just with him the other day, type of thing. Rather than if you turn on the radio or heard a rapper and just thought, yeah, that sounds all right, type of thing.
Yeah.
Understand? So I have been making connections. I'm not gonna say exactly who I've been connecting with, because I want it to kind of hit everybody at like bam. But I've been making connections the organic way. I'm not trying to force anything. That's one thing I'm definitely not trying to do. Because even being here, I realized I tried to be that mutual guy in the industry. I tried to be cool with everybody. Not going out on my way to be cool, but I thought you had to be cool with everybody.
Yeah.
And you really don't. You really don't have to be cool with everybody. Like, you just need to do what you need to do. Do you know what I mean? So I know it's business, and that's where like management and label might look at me and want to strangle me. But sometimes for business purposes, you just need to do that. But I like when things are organic, bro. Yeah. I like when me and you can vibe in the studio, have like a hour-long conversation before we even press record.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff I'm on. I think the best music's created that way. So that's what I'm on right now. So in terms of the Cashtastic brand in Jamaica ain't ready yet, but they will be very soon.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. Obviously, you mentioned management and the label and stuff. You've obviously got publishing and distribution and stuff with Universal. Is all of that still intact despite the situation?
Yeah, all of that's still intact. Funny enough, I was chatting to Sharab from Freebeat, my A&R.
Yeah.
Speak to him. I had a long conversation with him. If it weren't yesterday, day before yesterday. I'm grateful that they're still on board, bro. Like, keep it 100 with you. There's a lot more that they could be doing for me.
Yeah.
But I'm the type of artist that I understand the technical sides of things. And as much as I'm grateful for them still being on board for me, I don't want them to do anything until I know it's going to benefit both parties.
Yeah.
And they respect that. See, I could be milking like, raw, I need this and I need this budget for this video. And I'm not trying to do that because I know I need to rebuild.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, the technical side of stuff where the artist feels like anything the label spends that they don't have to give it back.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's kind of like I'm grateful that everyone's still on board and everyone's still doing what they can do for me. And I respect them respecting me to give me the time to do what I need to do. So everything I've done so far, for example, has just been me.
Right.
So all of the videos I've put out, that's had nothing to do with the label. Nothing that I've done has got anything to do with the label.
Yeah.
I've kind of told them, give me a second, let me do what I need to do. And when I feel like it's time to reconnect, we'll reconnect.
Right. I think that's a good attitude to have, man, because, you know, looking at it from the label's perspective and from a business point of view only, not looking at the music and talent side, they don't need an artist that is just a black hole for money. And, you know,
exactly.
like you said, asking, like, always with your hand out, oh, I need this video, I need that video, can you fly this person, da, 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 da. The fact that you're just cracking on is probably... is showing them that, you know, we've got a talented guy with the drive and he's not costing us thousands of pounds. So, you know, it makes sense to keep the relationship strong. So it sounds like you definitely made the right decisions there, man. You talked about obviously wanting to be cool with everyone and stuff. When you first got removed, there was a lot of social media chatter, obviously, and a lot of artists reaching out on social media, Twitter and that, saying, oh, I'm sorry that it's happening, Cash, keep your head up, da, da, da. You know, a lot of the big artists.
Yeah.
Was there many people reaching out to you personally, like off social media, actual person to person, you know, offering you support? Who was close to you at that point from the industry?
Do you know what? You see, when the whole pandemonium was going on online and everybody was tweeting, there's still tweets I haven't seen.
No, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at that stage, I never had my phone. So what was happening was, like, people from the team was tweeting for me. Even like the whole going public, like, I'm currently being detained. None of that was me.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I remember being locked up, and they come in there they spun myself. We know you have a mobile in there. We've been told you're tweeting. they're spinning my shoulder, trying to find the phone. And obviously, even while I was on the plane, and then even while I got out here, I still never had my phone.
Right.
So I never saw a lot of it. I know there's a lot of banter going on there. But I never saw any of it.
Right.
So in terms of like who was reaching out to me, personally, there was like one person I could say straight away, Kano.
Right, okay.
Kano, definitely. Kano, Bashi, Youngin, who else? Stylo, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Stylo was there. He was there for the whole process, to be honest. Who else? I don't want to forget nobody. Kano, Bashi, Stylo, Youngin. That might be it. Like, in terms of, like, personally.
Yeah.
Like, getting at me away from, because, do you know what I find, bro? You see, in this industry, and not, when I say this industry, I mean worldwide.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to be the pacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So, you see, if everybody is supporting something, and I am not, it says a lot about me.
Mm.
So just based off the fact that everybody's supporting it, I'm going to support it, even if I don't really business about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I appreciated all of the tweets and whatnot, but none of that would really mean anything unless you got at me personally.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you was just tweeting just to look like you was a part of it. It was trending.
Yeah, and just because other people were tweeting and then you see it and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, let me just send him a little tweet.
That's it. So for me, the realness of it came when I've gone through my DMs rather than my mentions and seen like, raw, anything you need, get at me, rare and this and that. I remember actually speaking to Youngin on the phone. He was texting me while I was on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, yo, like, if you need anything, let me know. My grandma's out there, and stuff like that. I kind of said, you know what? If I've never rated you before, I rate you now because you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And all of the tweets are finished. The hype's all over. Like, you don't have to still be speaking to me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that, it made me respect him a lot. Same with Kano. Kano came out here straight away. The day before he came out here, he was like, listen, we have to link up. He came out here. I was out here with him and his family, and he was eating. And that's when the realness is there. Do you know what I mean? Even up until now, there's still not. Majority of them artists that was tweeting, they don't hit me up at all.
No.
DJs, a lot of them gone funny.
Mm.
A lot of people have gone funny. But I feel like, see, like, people treat you different when they think they'll never have to see you again. You understand?
Right. Yeah.
But, and that's even away from the industry. That's just anybody, personally, industry, anywhere. Like, when they have that perception that they will never have to actually deal with you face to face again, then you actually see their true colors type of thing. Do you know what I mean? So for me, knowing that it ain't the end for me, and seeing everybody's true colors now is benefiting me rather than being on a higher pedestal and then it gets technical. Do you know what I mean?
The situation with you returning to the UK, obviously, is it all the legal sides of it's pending? Because I mean, I know legal proceedings are so long in the UK.
Long.
So I mean, I guess all that stuff, because you're coming home basically. I mean, we know it's just a matter of time.
That's it. So there's no going around the fact that I'll actually come back home.
Yeah.
It's just time. And for me, I think if I sat here every day counting the days, I'd stress myself out.
Yeah.
So I don't actually think about it. Like, I don't actually think about when I'm coming home. Obviously, in terms of like the legal side of it, we still work on it every day. We're still sorting out the technical sides of it. It's just to keep myself and keep my mind occupied within the meantime. It's like being in jail. When you're in jail, you just kind of, once you know how long you have, you don't sit and count down the days.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to kind of like know, like, the sentence will last longer if you're counting the days.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I kind of treat this like a sentence for myself. Like, people have to come and visit me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I treat this like I'm actually riding a bird right now, and what I want is to keep everybody occupied. Because the same thing, if I have music out, if you turn on your TV, you see me, turn on your radio, you see me, you go on the blogs, you see me, it will seem like I'm actually not gone.
Exactly.
So that is like the goal. That's what I'm trying to, that's the next stage of what I need to do to try and just keep my name in there, keep afloat. Because there's certain things I'm not going to be able to do until I come home. Mm-hmm. So in terms of like shows and doing the festivals and all of the stuff that I would have been doing if I was at home, I can't literally do it right now.
Yeah.
So it's just to stay afloat within the meantime, because I know like the new material and the new stuff that I'm about to drop and what I'm about to do once I come home, it's gonna be a madness.
Yeah.
It's going to be a madness.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, man. Within Jamaica, what's your actual situation? Obviously, you can't come back to the UK just for like, you can't say, oh, I'm just coming for 2 weeks just a holiday, because obviously there's those legal things. Are you allowed to go to other countries? Like if you wanted to just, I don't know, just go to New York or just any part of America or anywhere in Europe. Are you able to do that?
You can go anywhere.
Right. Just not back to the UK currently.
Yeah, could go anywhere. Somebody could probably even book me to come back to the UK. Whether or not it will go through,
right, is
a different argument. But it's just a case of applying.
Yeah.
But I could go anywhere. I could go America. I could go anywhere that I ever wanted to go. Do you know what I mean? And that's why, for me, even now, this whole perspective of worldwide has really kicked in. Like that's really like the brand that I'm trying to push right now.
Yeah.
And the mind frame I'm trying to push right now, because it's mad when I think about, I've got brethren that I grew up with that either died or are in jail, and it's for literally like just an area.
Yeah.
And I think when I'm out here sometimes, and I think like, do you know how far away from the block I am right now? Like, do you know, and where I am right now, everything I've learned just from being here, there's so much out there, man.
Yeah.
Like, there is so much out there. That's why even like in terms of just home, I'm not, when I'm thinking like my next campaigns and stuff that I'm releasing, it's not just aimed at England. Where that's what I mean in terms of it's benefited me because it's different now. I would only be thinking of like plugging it to Bang Radio, plugging it to all of the, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, you're thinking on a whole different scale. It's like now you realize you turn on the radio in England and you're likely to hear an American artist before you hear a UK artist. And these artists are in America. So how comes, and that's when international plugging comes involved. You don't think about that stuff at home. You just want your area and where your city and wherever to be playing you. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah, it's changing a bit over here now with you mentioning about with the radio. Even national radio's kind of got on board, and the UK rap and grime scene. You must have seen, I mean, obviously I know you kept your eye on online and seen what's going on. It's
right now, the game is in a crazy place right now. I know there's definitely been progress. I'm talking in terms of just the mind frame in general, of just thinking just for this place alone. Right now, you got like pioneers, like for example, Skepta, that's pushing the boundaries, and he's bloody, he's doing everything right now. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still in tune. I have to stay in tune to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But the game's in a healthy place right now.
It is indeed, man. How are you treated by people that you come across out there? Because obviously you're living in real Jamaica. You're not living in a hotel. You're not living on holiday. You're actually living in real Jamaica. Yeah. Another thing I found, and obviously we talked about this before the mics came on as well, is about being able to blend and you being able to switch on and off your patois when you need to. And you mentioned about, you know, if you speak in patois things can be a little bit cheaper. Now for
100%.
me, like I said earlier, I don't have, I can't draw for the patois, bruv. And even if I had the baddest patois out there, it's still kind of obvious from looking at me that I'm not like a like a real authentic Jamaican. One thing I remember when I was out there, we were looking for a particular party to go to, and we couldn't find it. And this one guy, I just asked him, where's such and such? And he said, oh yeah, it's up this way. I'll show you. And he walked with me about 100 meters, and then we turned left down this alleyway, and he walked me basically up to the front of where this party is.
Yeah.
And then he turned around and he was like, oh yeah, cool. So I stood in the queue, and he went up to the front, and he came back and he was like, oh yeah, it's such and such, however many dollars, I forget now.
Yeah.
It's this many dollars each. And he's like, so you got me, yeah? And it's like, what do you mean? Like, what? As in, I'll give you money now for bringing me here when I was already coming this direction, and I just wanted you to, like... And it was... There's so many other instances. I swear, I promise you, right, once some guy tried selling me a rock, just a normal... I'm sure he saw me coming, and he picked up this rock off the ground and was like, hey, brethren, like... And so for me, I felt like every moment that someone was trying to get some money out of me, do you know what I mean? Because I'm English and because I'm out there, and clearly I'm not from Jamaica. So how is it for you being amongst people that you don't know, and, you know, just on a day-to-day life? Is it like that for you?
Well, you see, the people out here, you got to realize they know no different. They were ascribed to that. They came into this world knowing that you need money, you need to hustle, you need to do this. The thing I like with out here is you have to man up early, man.
Yeah.
You really have to. Like, there's like, it's like you got certain places in England, like you're 18 years old and you're still, certain things are still being provided for you. Nah, not out here. Once you reach a certain age, you really have to get on it and do it for yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's where the hustle comes from out here. Again, it's the third world country. So for them, anywhere or any opportunities that they can make $1, they're going to take it, especially within the tourist areas. So you have some people that are probably like from Kingston side or wherever, and they might just struggle and try and find themselves to stay within a tourist area, because if they're in that area, the likelihood of them they have a higher chance of making something than where they were, where they're from. Do you know what I mean? So for me to live with them, it's I write songs about them. Right. So for me to look at them is entertaining for me. And it's not just with tourists. They do it with locals. They just know, they know who and who to hustle. Yeah. But everything's a hustle out here. Yeah. Right now, for example, the rain is getting to that rainy season right now. So prices in the market and stuff are like just normal ground seasonings and stuff, like bananas and whatever you want to buy. The price might have dropped now, but in like, let's say, July, summer, when it's boiling hot, the price for everything goes up. Right. So you might walk in the market and you might want to go and buy some bananas. And you might ask this guy how much is for it. In your Jamaican accent, he might tell you a certain price because you look like you can afford it. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But then you might go around the corner on a day where you might just not look like you can afford it, and you hear the real price, even in your Jamaican accent, same time. Do you know what I mean? So everything's a hustle. It's all a hustle. I am just fortunate to be able to switch on the accent and switch off the accent when I want. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes before even the accent, because like I said, it's not just tourists. You have rich Jamaicans. I know people out here that are living better off than almost everybody I know in England. Right. Just what I'm saying. So sometimes it doesn't boil down to just the fact that you're not from here. It just boils down to what you can do for them, because everybody's trying to make something. Got you. Yeah. In terms of the music and what you're putting out right now,
the music for one, and I'm taking out the lyrical content and actual melodies and all the stuff you're doing. The actual production quality is top as well. Yeah. And you know, the music and the visuals, it's not just one take videos, it's not just one shot. You're getting different angles in it. There's actual clear thought and editing going into it.
Yeah.
Have you built a team of people around you? You mentioned you have a cameraman earlier. And in Ghetto Story, in the latest video, you've obviously there's a whole squad with you for the video.
Yeah.
Like, are these your people that you're around now? Have you got people, you know, almost tasked to doing certain things with you and for you, or is it all? Are you kind of all pretty much a one-man band?
Basically, what's happening is some of my people that were still that were supporting me management-wise and whatnot in England still are. So like Boom and Trim and whatnot. But what it's like right now is, see, it's a gift and a curse. I've always been hands-on.
Right.
And I'm very hands-on with everything I do. So, for example, right now, you mentioned the production side of things. Along with like some artists, some friends, some DJs and whatever, a lot of people, like I said, changed up and went funny when I came out here, including some producers.
Right.
So for me, it's kind of like, okay, I know I need to keep the ball rolling. Do I sit down and wait for this person or beg this person to send me this beat and whatnot? I actually taught myself how to produce while being out here. So some of the stuff you've heard, I actually made myself. I've always engineered myself at home, so I've always been able to record myself and whatnot. But in terms of the production side of things, I've been doing a lot of that myself. The directing, I've been doing a lot myself. I've been working with some talents out here, so I've got a couple directors that I work with.
Are these the guys you was with in Gangster Life?
Nah. So what you saw in the Gangster Life video, so the artist in that, I did a feature with Vex. He's from South London as well. He's another artist. So he actually flew out here. He was on holiday.
Right.
We shot a video with that. So that video was actually shot with somebody else. Funny enough, the guy that shot that video is actually from England as well. He got sent out here maybe 5 years ago. So him and Vex, they went school together.
Right.
But in terms of my videos, everything I've done apart from Gangster Life has been like my little circle that I've kind of put together. I've got two different directors that I work with.
Okay.
Got Shotta. He done Ghetto Stories. And then I've got Thaddeus. He done like what did he do? He done like Last Minute, and then those videos for me. Last Minute, the Everybody freestyle. What else? The actual first one I did, the Removal freestyle. Yeah. And was him. Panicking was him. So but with these guys, like I said, I'm hands-on. So we're back and forth with the editing. It's on set to actually shoot it. We collab. Do you know what I mean? Like we try and make sure that we get this shot or that shot and whatnot. So yeah, I'm getting a team together. I'm getting a team together. For me, to build a team, it's not just getting anybody around you. Do you know what I mean? So for me, that, like I said, it has to be organic. So these guys that I've got shooting for me right now, I'm not famous in Jamaica. Right. So when I've connected with them, it's on a more organic type of thing. Like certain man that you see in the videos, like Ghetto Stories, a couple of them in there, they didn't know who I was when I've met them. Right. Because I tried to approach it that way. See me, I'm a very on edge guy. That's why I'm reserved, and I'm like I have trouble issues with my paranoia. You get me? So right. Just growing up where we from, it's like that. You can't just have anybody around you like that. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the people that you see around me, like I said, it's built organic. There's people in that Ghetto Stories video that I went secondary school with in England. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So that I've now connected with out here, that are out here and whatnot. So yeah, man, just building it slowly and surely. And that's another reason why I haven't pushed for Jamaica yet. because if I put it this way, if I approach Jamaica as that big UK artist, who's not gonna want to be on your team?
Yeah.
But who's gonna be genuine? Who's actually gonna want to see you win rather than just to look at it as a hustle?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And so that's why, like I said, I'm just building everything organically. But we're almost there. There's certain things that I'm putting together, and we're almost there now.
Yeah, it's good to hear, bruv. So, who are the producers that you mentioned that have gone a bit funny with you now? Who are you not getting on with?
Just in general, it's not even anybody like specifically. Just like getting instrumentals is a headache.
Right.
Which is weird. Like that shouldn't be an issue for me.
No.
But because it's like I have to bear in mind as well. It's kind of difficult with me because when I was at home, I wasn't exactly like I had sessions. So my schedule from Monday to Sunday or to Saturday was always sessions. So I worked with specific producers or whoever was booked for that day from the publishing. So it's kind of different now. I have to also take into consideration that a lot of these producers, majority of them do, but a lot of them don't just make beats and send. A lot of them are session producers. So you got to be in the session, which is different to do while I'm not there.
Yeah, they're producers, not beat makers.
Exactly. So, exactly. So it's kind of different. But, so yeah, let me change that. So a lot of beat makers, it's not even, do you know what? If I had the patience, I'd probably still be working with a lot of them, but I just don't. I don't have the patience to sit and wait when you don't look like your drive is there.
Yeah. Well,
especially when I know your drive was there when I was at home and I was popping.
Yeah. And
the way I look at it,
not only that, like, but the difficulty for you is that you can't sit and wait, because the thing is, you can't be that guy seen out in the raves, even when you're not, you know, when some of these artists, when they haven't got music popping, just being out, taking photos with fans on the parties or stepping on a stage is enough to get Twitter vibes in and talking about them. But you're not in that position to do that. You literally have to keep the UK fans engaged by dropping music and videos. Like,
I have to work like quadruple the amount of time that anybody at home is doing. And that's why, like, there's a lot of times I'm in the studio and stuff. I've just recently made this Snapchat nonsense. Like I said, I'm getting old, fam. All of these things are crazy to me right now. They're crazy to me right now. So I've just made the Snapchat and all of that stuff. And at home, I'm usually a guy, I don't really put snippets of my stuff up and video in my session. But I have to do that now.
Yeah.
I have to keep, because like I said, I have to keep the perception of the fact I'm working. There's some people that, from the whole situation of me coming out here, haven't heard any music from me. So the last thing in their mind is, right, he just left. And to their perception, it's kind of like, right, yeah, that's it for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Until you get like something that's going to be plugged nationally and they're hearing it on like a Radio 1 or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A Capital or whatever. Then it's like, oh, right, he still does music. So they haven't heard any of the stuff that you would have probably heard.
Mm-hmm.
So as much chance that I can, I have to show people that I'm still working and I'm still, which is annoying because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to. But like I said, that's where the label and management will want to strangle me, because I'm not that guy. You know, like with J. Cole, he comes, he gives you the music, and then he disappears.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm on exactly the same wave as that. I don't like doing all this social media stuff. Like, if I'm not in the club and I'm not on air, I just want to sit back and live my life and do the things that I enjoy. It. But the way social media is designed, I've got to show everyone I'm doing this. And, I feel you, man. I feel you 100%. It makes sense that we talk about your music right now. Last minute, bruv, like, that was sick. I think there were obviously the tunes that you dropped when you went, when you were removed to Jamaica, the songs like you were saying, Panicking and stuff, but these are songs that you made before you went away and songs that were on Alarm Clock.
Yeah.
Last minute when it dropped, like, I mean, I sat up and paid attention straight away, just the first line. I was going to write a song about my haters and I changed my mind at the last minute. Like, that in itself is kind of, you're saying you're about to write a line about your haters, but you change your mind. To me, that's like Cash has grown. Like, Cash has properly changed as a person, like, for the better, of course. And it's like I said earlier, he is awake. Like, it's broader than just writing about this specific negative thing. What was with the last minute change? What woke you up there and then for that song?
You see, with last minute, yeah, it's like, with a situation like mine, this could really turn you bitter. So on certain days, it's a balance. So as much as you see I'm positive and I'm this and I'm that, there's some days I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, I should be doing this and then I hear myself. And then I have to say, Cash, relax. You know that's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those type of things. It's kind of like I got caught up in one of them moments and I was in the vibe of like, bro, do you know what? I know this person's hating and this person and rare. And then I thought, how is that even going to benefit? I actually don't care. Because the thing is, like, when I think about it, what somebody else thinks of you doesn't really matter. What you put out there is what's important. How somebody else is going to receive it has nothing to do with you. So that's basically what kind of happened with Last Minute. Last Minute was another scenario with the beat making. So Last Minute, I produced that beat.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for a beat from a producer. And it was just long. And I thought, do you know, it almost felt for a second like, man are deliberately trying to sabotage me. No, like, deliberately trying to, because, all right, cool, he has to rely on us, or he has to rely on whoever to get him these things. So maybe if we slow that down, then everything slows down, which I'm 98% sure nobody's thinking. Yeah. But like I said, the way my mind thinks sometimes, it will make me think that. Do you know what I mean? So then that was the wake-up call to kind of like, right, do you know what? It makes no sense writing about them. Like, I just need to kind of do what I need to do. And that's how Last Minute came about. And then the video, we came up with a video and we got it out there.
What else is coming from you musically? I mean, I think I spoke to you last week and you were saying about how you don't have a set release date for like a specific project, but you want to move forward just putting out singles consistently and putting the videos out correctly and stuff. What's the plan moving forwards? Like, you've mentioned already that you've got music ready and you've got plans to make music and stuff, but what's next for you?
Basically, there is a project. There is a project. The project is called UKBA.
Right, okay. What's that acronym for?
Understanding Knowledge Brings Answers.
Right.
So that's the acronym of the UKBA project. I don't have a release date for it. I keep adding to the UKBA. I keep adding it. It was finished from months and months ago. Right. So like Last Minute was on the original list. Whether or not it will stay on the, I don't know. Right. But Last Minute was on there. I released freestyle, Reminder Flow. And then I released another freestyle, the Everybody freestyle. It's like a Yo Gotti cover. All of those were originally on the mixtape. Right. Loads more new music, man. Loads more new music. I've got some serious stuff. I've got Paranoid, which is a song from Alarm Clock. Yeah. I've actually shot a short film for that, so that's gonna bring some hype. That one there's kind of interesting. Yeah. It's showing it's similar to my scenario, but it's more showing how things can go for somebody coming to Jamaica, whether it's on holiday or whether it's being removed out here. Right. But it's a short film incorporated with the song, of course. That'll be out within the next couple of weeks, maybe. Right. I've got a new video I should be dropping next week. So like I said, I'm mixing the old with the new. Some of these old ones I probably drop on Thursdays just to have that Throwback Thursday type of vibe. Yeah. Because like I said, people like you and my core fans, they would have heard them before, but the new listeners find these songs new. Of course. That's exactly the scenario with Ghetto Story. People are talking about, have you heard this new one from Cash? I'm like, yeah, I was listening to this last year on Alarm Clock. Like, that's the point. So it's like, I don't want to put them songs to waste, but at the same time, I can't let my core get bored with what they've heard over a year ago.
Of course.
So I'm mixing and matching. So basically, the next thing you should hear from me should be a new one. I produced it as well. Got a video shoot on Saturday in Kingston for that one. Yeah, should be exciting. After that, like I said, it's just gonna, I think from the project, like I said to you off air, I'm just gonna keep dropping songs from the project, or just in general. You might not know if they're gonna end up on the project or not. I'm just gonna keep dropping until I feel like the time's right.
Yeah.
And then I'll drop the project. But there is a project there to look forward to.
Keep working and working and working.
Definitely.
I love that, man. Well, don't forget to take time out to actually see Jamaica as well while you're there. Have you managed to do that yet?
Yeah. Do you know what? I have and I haven't. So there's certain places I haven't been able to go to yet. But I've seen a pretty fair amount of the island. I haven't been able to, how do I say it, like, to get the full island vibe. So for example, like, I've been to a few dances, I've been to a few shows. So I went out a couple of times with Popcorn and them, and went to see him perform, and got to see, like, from the artist perspective of how they do stuff out here. Right. But I haven't gone out, like, on my own. Yeah. So going out with them was kind of like going out how I was going out, because it's the same type of thing. It was the same type of vibe. He's an artist, so it's like, obviously, there's the entourage is there. There's no lining up. There's going straight. I haven't been able to go out like just as me yet, and those are the things I want to do before I start pushing it. Go out under the radar. Just go out and actually just see how they react to certain things, because they just natural. If Drake comes in the club and you know Drake's in there, as a DJ, you might just play a Drake record. Yeah. Or you might play stuff that you think he's gonna vibe to. Yeah, of course. Do you know what I mean? So rather than that, I want to kind of just go out and but it's difficult for me because I'm not really an outgoing person. Like I'm very, I like doing what I like to do. Do you know what I mean? I like being secluded. I like spending time with my family and my loved ones, and I like reading and writing. Yeah. What I like to do, you probably wouldn't like. You probably think, so why did you choose to be a rapper? Why did you be a rapper if you don't like these things? But yeah, I'm gonna definitely take the time to see the island and stuff. I think all of that will come, man. Naturally, it will come. Yeah, dope, man. Well, you're in Ochi right now. Duns River Falls is just up the road from you. That's like, what's that, like 5 miles away, 6 miles away? Yeah, I've done all of those, man. I've done all of the touristy type of stuff. Yeah. Then next time you're out here, I'll bring you to like the how do I put it? All right. So if Duns River is like the tourist, there's a few spots. So when you lot are out here, just shout me and I'll bring you around. I'm so excited to hear the new stuff, man. And you know what I'm looking forward to? Yeah, man. Like I said, I got you, because like I said as well, I'm very observant, bro. And you see, it's a dangerous thing, you know, because for how observant I am, like I said, it can make me a bitter person. But then my character kind of illuminates that. Yeah. Because the type of person I am very aware of who ain't supporting right now. And it's not going to make me eager to want to give them new music up front. So like, for example, we're on here right now. We're speaking. So don't worry, I got you. Don't worry. I'm going to get you some stuff to hear before everyone else hears, and get your feedback on stuff and whatnot. Yeah. In fact, as soon as we come off the air, I'm going to send you something to listen to and let me know what you think. That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. No problem, bro. But yeah, it's been the thing I'm looking forward to the most is the Cashtastic welcome home party that we're all gonna throw in South London. You know, that's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a week off work, and I'm not doing radio. I'm not doing club shows. I'm doing nothing for a week after that party because my head is gonna hurt, bro. Listen, I've actually videoed myself like a madman. I've performed that comeback concert like a million times in my house with the new music. Yeah, I love that. And like, trust me, like, it's gonna be a moment, man. That's something I'm looking forward to too. Definitely.
Most definitely,
Definitely.
bro. Well, listen, man, I appreciate everything we've been able to talk about today.
Thank you.
It's been very dope being able to chop it up and properly catch up with you because, yeah, it's been... You continue to push out that good music and I'm going to continue supporting it like we do.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything, anyone that's supporting right now. Obviously, I have to appreciate it. It's something that an artist would say, but trust me, I genuinely appreciate it. Like, you don't know, man. Like, in this situation, as much as there's only so much my character can take.
Yeah.
So they say no man is an island, and it's true. Like, I can only take up to so much, but with you lot support, I honestly, trust me, I feel like I could do it all. Yeah. I could take anything that they throw at me, I want to use this as a situation and use this as an example to show everybody out there. I wouldn't even say just the youth, because there's people that are grown that can fall into that trap of feeling like anything that people throw at them, they're going to take. And if they reach in a certain scenario that it's too late and they're going to give up. I want to use this. Help me paint that picture to people that wherever or whatever you fall into, there's no giving up. Yeah. Giving up's not an option.
Yeah. It's the most inspiring thing, man, because it really is like you've taken this whole scenario and just spun it to work for you and made sure that you've grown out of it rather than just, you know, just become a recluse, stop doing music and being like, all right, forget everything then, like, cool, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's inspiring, man. It really is.
Thank you, man.
Cashtastic, bro.
Thank you, bro. Take care of yourself.
It's been something special, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Until next time, my friend.
See you there.